Scratch Red Wings Report, presented by 5v5hockey.com.
What a feeling. The Red Wings are actually good. I have felt this for a little bit now. I think they're for real. We know they're for real because over this whole season, things that happened in the last 5 to 6 years felt primed to happen and they haven't. And things are different now and I'm going to explain. But first of all, I just have to say, this division sucks. And I mean, sucks in the terms of Detroit's finally good, and so is everybody else. Nobody in the Atlantic Division loses. Everybody does 3-point games when they play each other. I mean, we're guilty of it with Toronto and Ottawa, both going to overtime. But it just feels like every single time I look at the scores, and I'm scoreboard watching and standings watching, going, okay, Tampa Bay's playing, Montreal's playing, anybody in the division's playing. They're always winning, every time. And the year that Detroit finally looks very competent and comfortably should be in a playoff spot, every team that I think should be dog water or that I thought was going to fall off, they're good. Buffalo Sabres, what are we doing here? I mean, right now they're beating Montreal, which actually is a good thing for the Red Wings, unless you want to look at the bottom line. You want Toronto to lose too. We're going to go through the standings real quick. Florida looks bad, but Boston, what the hell's going on with Boston? They're somehow winning games. Montreal is right on our butts. There's not a lot of separation, even though Detroit is winning basically 3 of 4 in every 4-game chunk, which is really, really good. And, when you look at the beginning of the year, like January till now, when you look at the records, as good as Detroit has been in that division, they're third. I mean, now it's better because they've won more. But I think it was a week ago where I looked at it and went, how the hell? They were 7-2-1, and there was 3 other teams that were had a better record in the division. I couldn't believe it in their last 10. Tampa Bay has been on an absolute tear. I think they're winning that division. They have 3 games up on us right now with the same amount of points, and they are a very good team. They keep finding guys like J.J. Moser out of nowhere. Looks really, really good for them. Awesome defensively, right up there with Mo Seider in those defensive metrics. We're going to talk about Mo Seider in a second because the Red Wings right now on a 3-game winning streak. They beat the Sharks 4-2. I was at that game. Really fun game to watch. Then they take out the Ottawa Senators 4-3, and it's always fun to beat Ottawa because I don't understand. If I didn't have social media, I would have no idea that there's this rift between Senators and Wings fans. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm not sure where that came from. Obviously, they're in the same division. I think it was maybe the DeBrincat trade. I mean, okay, cool. He didn't want to be on your team. I mean, that happens to everybody. Get over it. But it feels good because I just think the Ottawa Senators have a bunch of clowns on their team. I think Tim Stützle should be in the Olympics for diving. I think you got a bunch of dirtballs on that team. Shane Pinto. And I mean, the one guy I do like is Drake Batherson. I like a few other defensemen. I like Shabbat. Sanderson is a good defenseman too, but just the whole thing with them going on, this whole Allmark thing, they are a dumpster fire right now, and you hate to see it. And DeBrincat scores in overtime against them. That's kind of weird. Kind of felt good about that one. And then last night, the Red Wings play the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that was a big game for the Red Wings, really for the Leafs too. 4-point swing. We look at divisions, it's a 4-point swing. You win that, you're getting 2 points up on that team, and you got a regulation win. It's looking pretty good for the Red Wings because you're going to go up to a 10-point spot against the Toronto Maple Leafs. They are the first team that's outside the playoffs looking in, so you want to distance yourself as much as you can from that 9th team. They went into overtime, and they won in overtime. Now, if the Leafs would have won in regulation, they're only at a 6-point space, and that's actually very doable. 10 points and now 9. Does it seem doable? It could be. They could catch them, but over 30 games till the end of the year, with the pace that these teams are on, it's not likely unless one team just falls apart. We've seen it as Red Wings fans. I'm still nervous about that. But some of the reasons that they're good is why I think this won't happen this year. But, I mean, the goal that this guy created, Mo Seider is a horse. He's a diesel engine. He's a German machine. Just pushes Easton Cowan off the puck like he's a toddler. Gives it to Larkin. Larkin scores in overtime. And if you guys saw the replay of the goal, Mo Seider absolutely steamrolls Jake McCabe after the goal goes in. Didn't even see him coming. Just McCabe runs into a brick wall. hilarious. And beating the Senators, beating the Leafs, all these teams that are in division always feels good. Now, that's a 3-game winning streak. Today they are playing the Wild. I think it's coming up in about a half an hour. So if this is posted, it was before the Minnesota Wild game. Hopefully that one goes really well for the Wings. They're going to be playing the Jets after that one. That is a absolutely winnable game for the Red Wings. But I wanted to look at the standings real quick, because right now Tampa Bay and Detroit tied at 66 points. Montreal's at 63 currently. The other division, Metro, Carolina, Pittsburgh, New York, they have 66, 59, 59. So Carolina's running away with that division. In the wild card right now, it's Buffalo with 59 and Boston with 58. So that's the cutoff, is 58. You got Toronto at 57 behind them. Philadelphia, New Jersey, Washington, Florida, Ottawa, Columbus, and New York all under them. 55 points and under. New York has 48. The Rangers, not good for the Rangers. They will be selling, or they should be selling. Right now, the Wings are 9 points into the playoffs. If they were in the West, they would be 13 points inside the playoffs right now, and that would be a comfortable margin. And I wanted to take it one step further. If the Red Wings are in the old Central Division, this would be hilarious, because Detroit right now, right, 66 points. The next team, remember, it was Columbus, Nashville, Chicago, and St. Louis, would be the Columbus Blue Jackets at 51 points. They are 15 points ahead of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Nashville has 50, Chicago with 47, and St. Louis with 46. It would be like old times. We would win that division easily. Let's go back to that, because right now I'm stressed out with just, there's no separation, and no one in the Atlantic Division loses, and it's bugging me, and I think it's bugging a lot of you guys too. And pivoting to what I kind of want to talk about as well is, what are the biggest reasons that the Red Wings have been as successful as they have this year? And not really ranking these, but I think one of the biggest, if not the biggest right now, is John Gibson. This guy is an absolute stud, and he is on fire right now. He's 16-2 in his last 18 games. He's got like a 157 goals against. Is that sustainable over the full season? Probably not, but it has been over the last 18. I don't know what's going on there, because at the beginning of the year, he was not that good, and it was like, ooh, that trade might have been a swing and a miss. But I think just kind of getting his footing, he looks so calm in the net. And I think that's with goalies. You can kind of see if they're moving around a lot and there's like excess movement, I always find that they're letting more goals in. Like if they're calm and they're not moving that much, and they just seem like John Gibson seems like he's in control and he's comfortable and he's relaxed. And I think that's when really good goalies are playing their best. And he is right now. He's stealing some games for the Red Wings, even though, like, you know, we look at the game last night, 2-1 in overtime. The Red Wings drove the play and played really well in big chunks of that game and deserved to win the game. And the second reason, I think, is the coaching staff. And Todd McLellan has really got through to these guys finally. And the third thing would be the mental fortitude. And that maybe is, it goes together, because Todd McLellan has talked about that. The in between the ears, you know, these guys have to want to do it. They have to know how to do it, but they have to want how to do it. And knowing that, hey, we could go down a goal or two and like we stay in it. How many games this year have the Red Wings gone down a goal early? A lot. Or even by 2, and they've battled back and won a game. It's happened time and time and time again. Now, obviously, you want those starts to be a lot better, but the mental fortitude of a team that used to just fold, I mean, we remember that in the last few years. They go down 2 goals. They're cooked. They're not coming back from that. And this coaching staff has got through to these players in spades. Like, I don't think it could have gone any better than this. And so the Wings, I mean, even like defending leads, like that's the thing too. They're not taking stupid penalties. You know, they're boxing out properly. They're playing really well, and they're not panicking. And they know that, hey, we can do this. And I think you can see that the confidence is growing in this team. Dylan Larkin said last night after the Leafs game that they're not satisfied. They're happy, but they're not satisfied. And I think that's a big indicator of where they are mentally right now. And I think especially Dylan Larkin knows what happened the last few years, where there was a year, I think it was 2 years ago, where they had a 10-point spread into the playoffs, and they blew it. They did not make the playoffs. So it can go away like that, and you have to keep pace with these teams. You have to, you know, play the games. I mean, the Toronto game was like a playoff game. The atmosphere was awesome, and the Wings come out on top in that one. And speaking of Dylan Larkin, the best players are driving the bus right now. And it's Larkin, it's DeBrincat. Mo Seider has been a beast. Simon Edvinsson has come into his own. I was a little bit shaky on him at the beginning of the year, to be really honest with you, because he was taking some stupid penalties and making some dumb plays. He has settled down and become a perfect partner for Moritz Seider. And I think that's the best case scenario for the Wings, is that these guys are like an insane shutdown pair, which is what they are. And then you see them chipping in last night, Edvinsson getting a goal and Seider setting up the game winner. Like, these guys are still only like 22 years old, 23 years old. They're still young and still going to get better. Like, can you imagine Mo Seider putting on, you know what I mean? Like, putting on more muscle, getting in, like, what else can he get better at? Like, it's kind of mind-boggling that he is where he is right now and that he could get better than what he is. I think he's the best overall defenseman in the league. I think he's very good offensively. I think he's insanely good defensively. He's mean. He hits. He's got some snarl. And knock on wood, he's healthy. Hasn't missed a game in his career. That's a thing, too. The Red Wings have been very, very fortunate with no big injuries this year. And hopefully that continues, where no one's really getting hurt. The biggest one was Kane being out a couple times. But even him, I mean, you can tell he's slowing down a little bit. I mean, I still love Kaner, but there's been a few times where I've been like, oh boy, the foot speed isn't there. Sometimes the respect that, players gave him with the puck is starting to kind of go away, because I see a lot of defensive teams really pushing him right away. So maybe he's in a little bit of a slump here. And I mean, the last thing is, the Red Wings should be buying at the deadline. They really should. They should be adding. And I think part of this goes back to last year at the end of the season, the exit interviews, Dylan Larkin's comments about, we were a little bit, I wouldn't say dejected, but, they were disappointed that they didn't go out and really get anybody, because all they did was pick up Peter Mrazek and Craig Smith for Joe Veleno. I mean, that's not really going to help you out that much. But I think those comments, and even what Yzerman said in his press conference, they were both right in a way. Because, yes, they probably should have done something a little more. Like, as a player, you probably want to get those players in to help you out. And Alex DeBrincat was asked last night on TNT, like, do you guys talk about players that you could potentially get? And he's like, yeah, of course we do. It comes up. And, but they also say, and I mean, the generic thing is to say, well, we are comfortable with the team that we have and the guys that we have. And of course they are. But would an extra body or two help? Absolutely. Especially with the depth. Playing, looking for maybe like a top 6 winger would be nice, or, a centerman, even looking for like a top 4D. Now, those guys don't come cheap, and I will have a video eventually where we go through some of the players that are being rumored right now, if they're a fit or not. But I think Yzerman this year is going to have to do something, because it's just a message to the team that, hey, man, I believe in you guys. I'm going to get you some help. I know that you could say, I think you guys can, you're already a good team, and let's get this done. But at the same time, I think it's a vote of confidence, and that's something that the Red Wings need. So going forward, I mean, I hope the Red Wings keep pace. Hopefully they beat the Wild tonight, and we have a nice video next time. So again, the Atlantic Division is bullshit, and I hate it, and hopefully it goes the other way.